This man is frantically slapping his own face, but the slap lands on a woman's face. Turns out, these two have shared senses since childhood. Back then, a girl lost control while skiing. Thousands of miles away, a boy in his classroom witnessed the exact same scene. The moment she hit the tree, he passed out too. Until today, the weird phenomenon returns. While driving, the man reaches for the radio. Suddenly, another scene flashes before his eyes. The woman sees through his eyes too. The man pulls over, thinking he's hallucinating. They try to communicate. She's in a different city, complete strangers. But somehow, despite being thousands of miles apart, they can see and hear each other. After a quick chat, they agree to talk later. The man's name is Dylan. He washes cars for a living. The woman's Rebecca, a rich girl. After work, they connect again. Recalling those childhood incidents, everything clicks. Dylan says, "No wonder I saw that tree crash as a kid." Rebecca replies, "That wound took 12 stitches." From then on, they become best friends who share everything. As they grow closer, Dylan wants to see her reflection. Rebecca's shy and wraps herself up tight. She finally gets the courage to stand in front of the mirror. When Dylan looks at her, he can't look away. All he sees is Rebecca's beautiful face.
God, beautiful.
She shyly turns away. Now it's Dylan's turn. He stands before the mirror. His handsome face leaves Rebecca completely mesmerized.
Such a nice face.
This amazing connection fills the void in both their hearts. One day, Rebecca's getting her car fixed. The mechanic demands $1,000. Dylan tells her to check the engine. After some inspection, it's just a loose plug. Rebecca fixes it herself and saves $1,000. Dylan transforms from depressed to optimistic. He gets motivated at work, asks for a promotion, and cleans up the messy yard. Love changes people. Rebecca talks to herself constantly. Others think she's crazy, but she doesn't care. Someone's always with her. Her heart feels incredibly full, adding color to her dull life. But trouble's coming. His boss fires him for disturbing customers. Rebecca's situation gets bad too. A friend tells her husband what's happening. Rebecca decides to cut the connection and return to her old life. Dylan reluctantly accepts. After losing contact, Dylan's life becomes meaningless. One day, he suddenly sees through Rebecca's eyes. He watches her being dragged away and locked in a room. He has to act. He takes a flight to save Rebecca. Her family sent her to a mental hospital, trying to control her with drugs. On the plane, Dylan wakes her up. Rebecca's groggy from the medication. Dylan guides her around the environment and teaches her to fake taking pills. Dylan lands and steals a sports car. He guides Rebecca to pick door locks with a fork. She gives him directions to the hospital. Rebecca's naturally gifted. With just a little coaching, she can pick any lock. Rebecca sneaks out of her room, dodges the medical staff, and reaches the lobby. The doctor's right there. She faces away, pretending to comfort another patient. When the moment's right, she turns and leaves, grabbing a black coat. Meanwhile, Dylan drives into a junkyard. Police are chasing him. He hides among the scrap cars and loses them. Rebecca's about to leave the hospital, but her husband's blocking the door. She gathers courage and pushes past him.
Rebecca, what are you doing? Oh.
Right then, police find Dylan's car. They check it out, completely empty. Dylan's already escaped. He tells Rebecca to run to the woods. Security's hot on her trail. She could get caught any second. Dylan enters the forest. Rebecca does too. They're both running. If one gets caught, they both lose. Suddenly, they hear a train. They change direction, running toward the sound. Finally, Rebecca sees the tracks, but no Dylan. He says he's right there. Rebecca panics. Is he in another dimension? The train's approaching. Rebecca still can't see Dylan. Then Dylan appears on the other side, but the train separates them. Dylan points to the red car behind him. They made it. This couple connected across time and space caught love's last train. And that's the end. In love, nothing's more perfect than feeling each other's pain, tasting each other's suffering, true empathy and understanding. Good love isn't one-sided sacrifice, it's lifting each other up.